it is Mad. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. And if you are new, make sure you click that subscribe button and become a part of the trendiest place on the internet. Alright guys, so today's video is going to be thick. It's gonna be a thick video. Does that even make sense? I don't know what I'm talking about. So I made a huge document about literally everything that has to do with acne, because I feel like I get so many questions in my DMs on Instagram, or just comments on my channel, or just comments on my TikToks. Literally just, help, I have acne, what do I do? So I decided that I would just make one video all about acne. I did a video like this on dry skin, and I plan on doing every skin type. So comment down below what skin type I should cover next. If you didn't know, I am currently studying to become a licensed esthetician. I graduate the first week of May, so I'm like a month and a half away from graduating, which is so exciting because then I can take my state boards and become an esthetician. I just want to provide you guys with the best skincare information that I can. Let's just get started. I'm going to be telling you guys everything about acne, from how it happens, what causes it, and how you can treat it, all the good stuff. So let's get started. All right, so the first question is, what is acne? And basically, acne is just a chronic inflammatory skin disorder of the sebaceous glands, and the sebaceous glands are in your pores and they secrete oil or sebum. A comedone is when the follicle becomes clogged and there's a lot of buildup in it, and you can have open comedones or closed comedones. Closed comedones are whiteheads and open comedones are blackheads. So acne can be characterized by any type of comedone, blemishes, and it's commonly known as the acne simplex virus or acne vulgaris. A lot of people have really overactive sebaceous glands, and a lot of people have underactive sebaceous glands. For me, I have really dry skin. I don't get any oil, so my sebaceous glands are not very active. But if you're really oily, you may be more prone to having comedones, blackheads, whiteheads, or papules and pustules, because you are secreting more oil and it can get clogged a little bit easier. So basically, that excess oil can kind of plug up the skin, plug up the pores, and just create comedones, papules, pustules, and sometimes even cysts, which here's a picture of what each one of these things looks like. And this whole process can cause the growth of a bacteria called P. acnes bacteria. So that's kind of that bacteria that causes that reaction in the skin, so you get acne. Love that. So let's just start by saying we've all been there. If you have acne, do not feel like you are any less than anyone else. Acne is so normal. We have all experienced acne in some sort, whether it's one pimple or cystic or hormonal acne that can cover the entire face, and even sometimes a lot of the body. Some people get it on their chest, some people get it on their back. It really just depends, but never let that define you and make you feel like, you know, you are not worthy, because acne is normal. We all experience it, and I think it's about time that we kind of accept that. Let's get into what each one of these forms of acne is. So first you have papules, which are just kind of red inflamed lesions. There's not really any fluid or pus in it. It's just like a raised lesion on the skin, which can then manifest itself into a pustule, which is kind of just a papule that fills with the fluid from the dead white blood cells that initially fought the infection in the papule. So it's just a papule filled with fluid, essentially. And then we have cysts, which are more like nodules, and they're made up of really deep pockets of infection. So a lot of these times you can feel it more under the skin. But basically how it becomes a cyst is that the tissue in the area around the infection hardens to kind of stop the spread of that bacteria from going into the rest of the skin. So it's kind of like your body protecting itself from that spread of infection all over the skin. So there are actually 4 different grades of acne, so I'm going to go through each one of those acne grades with you so you can kind of see the difference between them. So the first grade of acne is grade 1, and grade 1 is usually categorized by like minor breakouts here and there, mostly open comedones and some closed comedones, and a few papules here and there. It's not really any cysts or any intense pustules or anything like that, and you might see it progress into grade 2 acne, which is characterized by a lot more closed comedones, a lot more open comedones, and the occasional papule that may progress into a pustule. So grade 2 is when you start to see those kind of fluid-filled papules. Then there is grade 3, which is more like red, more inflamed, irritated. Your skin can definitely feel almost like it's swelling up in some areas. There are probably a lot of comedones, a lot of papules, and a lot of pustules. And then there is grade 4, which is more categorized as cystic acne. So it can be a lot of cysts under the skin with some comedones, papules, pustules, inflammation. There could be a lot of scar tissue that forms in the skin. So let's get into things that can trigger acne and kind of talk about each one and why and how, because there are actually a lot of things that can cause you to have acne. So like I mentioned before, some people just have naturally more active sebaceous glands than others, and that can lead to acne. Unfortunately, you can't change your pore size and you can't change how much oil your skin chooses to produce on a given day, but there are different products you can use to help control that oil production and prevent it from manifesting into a clogged follicle and then a breakout. Hormones also play a really big role. This is really, really common in those teen years. That's why we see a lot of like teen acne type of stuff, but this is also really common in adults too. And I think a lot of times adults that break out are like, yo, I'm an adult. Why am I breaking out? Isn't this like a teenager thing? Unfortunately, it's not just a teenager thing, and it happens to literally everyone at any age, but it of course is more common in those teenage years because teenage skin is just a raging hormonal mess. There's very few teens who can get through those teenage years without really experiencing acne. Also, environment can play a really big role. If you live in a big city and there's a lot of pollution, a lot of free radicals in the air, that can cause damage to the skin and in turn cause a lot of breakouts. It also depends if you live in a really humid area and you have really oily skin and you're sweating, that sweat and oil can kind of get trapped in the skin easier if you're not properly caring for the skin. And one rumor I want to squash right away before we even get any further is that acne means your skin is dirty. That is not the case. I mean, it could be a reason that you have acne because you aren't caring for your skin, but it's not true in all cases that acne means that you are dirty. Let's not say that anymore. That's not cool. The next trigger would be lifestyle. So this can mean so many different things. It could mean your sleep schedule. It could mean how often you change your pillowcase. It could mean how you use your body towel on your face instead of a face towel on your face. It could depend on the products that you use at home, or maybe not washing your hands enough and constantly touching your face. These are all things that play a role, as well as diet. So diet is not the end-all be-all cause of acne. There's a lot of people who will say, oh, if you stop eating dairy and you drink more lemon water, your acne will go away and your skin will clear. I wish that was the case. I wish it was as simple as cutting out things and adding things. Sure, those things can help your overall health and the overall well-being of your body, skin, hair, nails, digestion, but that is not the answer to clear skin. I've been drinking lemon water every day for years and I still break out, and my skin still once looked like this, and I was drinking lemon water every day. So being hydrated is fantastic and really good for your body and really good for your skin, but that's not gonna clear acne. Some people, cutting out dairy helps their skin. I'm vegan. I haven't had dairy in almost 6 years and I still break out. So it's just situational. But if you find that nothing else is working and then you cut out dairy and your skin does better, do it, because dairy is an inflammatory and it can really speed up that oil production in people who already have very active sebaceous glands. Just putting it out there, diet is not the end-all be-all answer to clear skin. Let's go into treatment options. So what can you do if you are dealing with acne? One, you could just like vibe. You can just be like, whatever, it's acne. That's what I did when I had acne. Up until a certain point where it got super, super, super painful and it hurt to even move my mouth because most of my breakouts were in the corners of my mouth, my chin, and this area. So that's when I decided to seek help. But up until that point, I was just vibing. I was like, it's skin. I'm gonna do my skincare routine and keep to myself. But let's go through the options. So obviously you have the route of medicated acne products or medication in general. So there's like adapalene, which you can find actually at the drugstore. It is known as Differin Gel. This is obviously a product you're going to want to be careful with. It is pretty strong for a lot of people, especially if you're not used to a ton of actives in your routine. My boyfriend Jack used adapalene. He used it a little too much, maybe overused it, and his skin had a chemical burn. There's also clindamycin, which is actually an antibiotic. It can actually be used topically, and that's what I used for my acne. I had a benzoyl peroxide clindamycin as well as a tretinoin, which I will get to in a second. I would use it as a spot treatment, and what the antibiotic does is it actually kills that acne bacteria. And then there is tretinoin, which is a vitamin A. It is basically like a very intense retinol. So this is going to help with everything from the actual acne to scarring. Fine lines and wrinkles can benefit from vitamin A as well. And all of these are definitely products you want to be using an SPF with every single day and reapplying properly. That is a whole other conversation. Just make sure you're wearing your SPF. And then there's also isotretinoin, also known as Accutane, and I have my feelings and my thoughts on Accutane. I think it works really fantastic for some people, and other people are prescribed it almost as a just like slap a prescription on and get on with their day. And there's a lot of people who are prescribed Accutane that don't actually need Accutane, so definitely consult your dermatologist, ask questions, and get educated. The next avenue of treatment would be professional treatments and extractions, and I would really recommend getting extractions. Just please don't try extractions at home. It can be a very dangerous practice, and you can cause some really long-term damage to your skin. So if you are considering extractions, please get them done professionally. Exfoliation is a really great treatment option for acne. Now there's a difference between exfoliation and over-exfoliation, so be careful when it comes to exfoliating. I really recommend for acne-prone skin BHA. BHA, or beta-hydroxy acid, is going to be something like salicylic acid. It is oil-loving. It can penetrate deep into the skin and kind of break up those dead cell bonds and get rid of a lot of that dead skin or oil buildup in the pores. You also need to protect against the environmental aggressors, especially if you live in a big city. It's really important that you use your antioxidant products, use your SPF every day, and cleanse regularly. Keep your skin clean. A morning and night cleanse is enough to do the job. You can also do sulfur masks, AHAs, and retinols. Just make sure you listen to your skin and follow the instructions. And then when it comes to professional treatments, chemical peels can be really effective, especially a salicylic peel, so definitely get that done by a professional. Microderm can also be very effective. I just got my microderm machine in the mail today. I'm so excited. It's a really great way to remove a lot of dead skin, a lot of buildup, and electrotherapy can also be greatly beneficial, specifically high frequency. It's germicidal, so you can actually zap the acne spots and kill that bacteria. So it's very effective. But overall, if you're really stuck and don't know which one of these options is best for you, consult a professional. So next we're going to talk about home care and everyday habits, which in my opinion is probably one of the most important parts of treating acne. And the number one thing I feel like can be very helpful for acne and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation is just don't pick your skin. I know how hard that can be, especially if you struggle with dermatillomania. If you have a really hard time with picking the skin, I would really recommend doing pimple patches. Not only do they have hydrocolloid in them, but they can also just protect your pimple and stop you from touching it, picking it, whatever you do. Definitely sustaining a consistent skincare routine that works for you is one of the most effective things you can do for your skin. I think a huge thing with this is don't listen to influencers. Don't listen to celebrities. Listen to your skin. Go off of what works for you and do it consistently, especially at night. You want to remove makeup, you want to remove sunscreen, anything left over on the skin. You don't want to sleep with that because sleep is the time where the skin can repair itself the most. And then the next one is to wear sunscreen every day, regardless of if you're going out, regardless if the sun is out, regardless if it's the dead middle of winter in a blizzard. Wear your sunscreen. If you guys want a whole video about sunscreen and the importance, let your girl know. I will do that for you. I'm not going to get into it here. Something else you could do at home for acne is use a mask 1 to 2 times per week. This is just going to help kind of absorb any oil, get rid of any buildup. Some clay masks I would really recommend are right here on the screen. You can check those out. You want to avoid doing any intense scrubs, especially over acne lesions, because this can actually cause scarring if you're scrubbing at a pustule and it pops and then you're just scrubbing it. That can cause post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So try not to use face scrubs. opt for a chemical exfoliator such as an AHA or BHA, and like I said, salicylic acid is the best for acne-prone skin. And then also just be sure to change your facial towel and your pillowcase. Alright, so now I'm just going to give you a few of my favorite product recommendations, and we'll start with some cleansers. So I definitely recommend doing a double cleansing routine at night to remove any sunscreen, excess oil. The Inkey List cleansing balm is incredible, and I also love the Glow Recipe Papaya Cleansing Balm. That one's been really great if you're more of a heavy makeup wearer. And then for an actual cleanser, the Inkey List Salicylic Cleanser is fantastic. I love it. And then I also like to just switch on and off with a very soothing cleanser. So for the morning, I just want to stick to something really lightweight, like the Summer Fridays Amino Gel Cleanser. Even though this one's a gel, it's very lightweight. Next, for serums, there's so many different serums that you can use. I always love to recommend niacinamide because it can just help with the overall appearance, texture, and evenness of the skin. I really do love the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops, and I like to switch on and off with a vitamin C to help with any hyperpigmentation that can be left behind from acne. And then for an actual acne fighting serum, Peace Out, the acne serum, incredible. Like, it doesn't even feel like I put anything on my skin. That's how quick and effective it just like sinks in. Oh my god, I love it so much. Like I said before, a different gel is great if you have a little bit more severe acne. This is fantastic. And then for moisturizer, I do feel like moisturizer is such a personal thing for skincare, but if you're looking for a really, really lightweight one, if you are like more oily prone acne skin, I really like the Glow Recipe Watermelon Moisturizer. So that one is so lightweight. It's a gel consistency, so it sits very nicely on the skin. And also Naturium has a niacinamide gel cream that is also really great because it's a gel. It's really nice. It's gonna sink into the skin a lot quicker. And for sunscreen, of course, very, very personal. I want to make a whole video about sunscreens, so if you guys want to see that, let your girl know, and I will give you all my sunscreen secrets, recommendations, tips, tricks, etc. So, I feel like I just said so much stuff. Alright, y'all, so that concludes this video and everything you need to know about acne-prone skin. And just remember, if you are struggling with acne, you are not alone. There are so many people struggling right now, and if you do just need some confidence boost, any assistance at all with your skin, reach out to me on Instagram. It is at MadThreads. So definitely follow me over there so we can chat more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope it was helpful for you, and I hope you learned something. And if you have anything to add to the acne conversation, please put it down in the comments. I'm sure somebody will find it interesting or intriguing, or maybe you'll help someone. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying so hard to get to 2K, and I would appreciate you guys if you did subscribe. Acne is normal. It's okay. If you're breaking out, you are beautiful. It's okay. It will get better. I promise. Alright guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!